Give me your best shot. Oh, I'll show you my best. Hold on a minute. What is this? Just give me a second. Are you just gonna stand there and watch me? Do you need some help? No. I'm just doing this for your entertainment. Of course I need some help. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, pull harder. Were you afraid you were going to lose your guns or something? Just shut up and pull. Hello and welcome back to the KenOhwee channel. Today we'll be talking about Deadshot again, but this time he's in the S.H Figuarts form. Starting with the box, you got a sneak peek of the figure at the front with his name and black and red theme design around the box. Figure on the side, his name again on the other, and at the back this time just a minimal representation of the figure which concerns me. Just the interchangeable head and the rifle. So without further ado, let's see if this is a match for Mayfax. Welcome back again, Mr. Lawton, and let's start with his face first. This, for me personally, it seems like they missed something which doesn't make him look like the actor himself. Maybe he's too scrunched in, I don't know. The Mayfax face has a lot more resemblance to the actor from me, and also the facial expression on the S.H Figuarts figure. He looks nervous, kinda like going to battle for the first time. My name is Sad Smith.
And every time you hurt me, the less that I cry.
Apart from that, the sculpt and paint by S.H Figuarts as usual is top notch, but the shoulder armor is given a silver paint which does not match how it looks on the silver screen, so quite a huge overlook there. They did add a few details such as highlighting the bolts on his armor, but funny enough not highlighting that in the weapon holster at the back. But the most noticeable detail they missed out is Mr. Floyd's famous quote, "I am the light, the way." That's not present either in his collar or on his forearm weapon, which is a shame, but in their defense, I guess since this figure is so much smaller, it would be a huge pain to incorporate such detail, but still, that's the quote. Without that quote, he's just Floyd. To allow more movement, all these ammunition pouches are on a ball joint, so they can move around to allow more clearance. As for his abdomen armor, it's also connected on a ball joint. I'm out of bullets. Overall, I still think SHF did a good job in terms of the proportions, sculpt, and build quality of this figure. However, a few missing details and a nervous look on his face kinda takes away the deadly presence that comes with the character. Moving towards his movement, head and neck is on the ball joint, so left, right, up, down, pivot, no problem. Butterfly joint which moves out really far, up and down, 360 arms, move outwards. The beautiful bicep swivels on this figure. Flex, elbow rotation, wrist 360 and up and down. Mid and lower ab cut, so twist at the mid and also twisting at the bottom. Altogether side to side that much. And if you want to do a crunch, you'd have to tuck his lower ab armor below the chest armor to allow this much of a crunch and arch backwards that far. But arching back too far reveals this gap. I can see his spine. Leg push down. He can do the splits, but you have to move his pouches around, but his gun handle needs to be in between these two ammunition pouch or else it will be hindered. He can kick up high on his right leg, but it rotates outwards, but the left is hindered once again by this pouch. You could remove this if you want it to go any higher, but that compromises on his looks. Thanks to his solid ass, he can only kick that far. You can push it up higher, but it goes outwards a lot further. Knee flex, feet swivel, up and down, slight pivot, and boot toe movement. This is the Deadshot, so I'm sure his armor is filled with... Wait, that's it? You might be wondering, what about his guns? Well, as you saw from the sketch earlier, it's all glued to his holsters. Yeah, unfortunately you can't take any of these weapons out, even the sheath as well, which is a huge disappointment. But moving on to his accessories, starting with the hands, he comes equipped with fist punching hands. I can count to 5 hands, and one trigger hand which like Ray, it hovers over the trigger rather than pull it, or it could be used to tell people that he is number 1. Also because of that, it doesn't hold the weapon securely, so the weapons can move around a lot.
They'll never be able to hammer curl 110-pound dumbbells!
And also there's another hand to hold the handle of his rifle. And moving on to his custom rifle, there's still some amount of paint to highlight certain details, but the target isn't highlighted even though it's engraved there. And as usual, his famous quote isn't written on the barrel as well. Also, he can hold other weapons, but more specifically from S.H Figuarts, such as the Joker bazooka, and other weapons just seem a little bit too big for him, such as the Legends Punisher rifle, the Masco weapons, and Figma weapons, which is too small. Lastly, he comes with the interchangeable Deadshot Head, and he has more movement than the Mayfax one, but it's a lot darker, more towards a grey tone rather than white, but at least the eyepiece is nicely sculpted even though it's inaccurately painted. And here is Deadshot again, standing next to other figures in the line, and as mentioned in my previous video, S.H Figuarts is not suitable for male figures, especially tall characters. So, in summary, it's really a shame because there's so much potential on this figure, but because of a few design choices, it really let the figure down. The missing details, weapons glued down, pouches which hinders movement, but I still give this figure a like because of its build quality and articulation, particularly the upper body rather than the lower. And overall, it's still a decent looking figure, just not spectacular. That concludes today's episode. Stay tuned for my next episode where I'll be comparing this with the Mayfax figure. And if you watch my reviews, you probably know who I pick anyway, but I thought I'd still do a comparison for information and entertainment purposes. And I'm sure some might like this figure more than the Mayfax one, so let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please help leave a like and subscribe for more content and help me achieve my 10,000 sub goal. We're almost breaking the 3,000 sub goal, so looking forward to that. Thank you guys very much for watching and for your support. I hope you guys are embracing your inner geek and having a great week. Stay awesome, take care, and I'll see you guys at the next video.
Click here for video 1. Click here for video 2. Click here to subscribe. Click it. Thank you for watching. Arigato. Thank you.